When missiles hit a city block, the immediate reality is terrifying. Buildings collapse, families flee. But thousands of miles away, on trading floors in New York and London, a different reaction occurs. Screens flash green. Ordinary citizens face physical displacement and economic ruin, yet almost instantaneously, a hidden financial system activates, ready to turn that crisis into revenue. The modern military-industrial complex is a vast, interconnected economic ecosystem involving defense contractors, global logistics firms, major oil corporations, and cybersecurity platforms. Financial markets do not wait for the first casualty to react. They actively price in geopolitical tension, anticipating exactly which sectors will boom when the shooting starts. To understand modern conflicts, you have to look past the political speeches and the frontline maps. You have to track the shockwave of money moving through global industries. This map shows the Strait of Hormuz. It is a narrow geographical choke point where a massive percentage of the world's oil flows every single day. Because of this fragile bottleneck, the Middle East triggers global market anxiety. If there's a rumor of military escalation, these flow lines become a liability. Anticipated disruption causes global oil prices to spike sharply upward. That initial shockwave hits civilians almost immediately. Airlines face sudden soaring fuel costs, and consumers absorb rapid inflation every time they fill up their cars. For energy producers and commodity traders, that exact same volatility translates to immense profit. When supply fears surge, so do their margins. In these early days of a crisis, uncertainty is a highly tradable asset. It systematically extracts wealth from the general public and delivers it directly to the energy sector. Once initial market panic settles, prolonged conflicts trigger an institutional response. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the resulting shockwave forced nations to restructure their fiscal priorities. European governments realized the extent of their vulnerabilities. In a matter of weeks, countries across the continent authorized historic increases in national defense spending. They bypassed standard ammunition resupplies to place massive orders for advanced, high-cost hardware like artillery units, drone fleets, and Patriot air defense systems. This chart shows the direct result for major defense contractors. As governments scrambled for security, multi-year contract backlogs rapidly stacked up. These backlogs provide financial predictability that markets reward, pushing defense stocks to record highs. A geopolitical crisis might only last a few years, but the resulting government contracts ensure long-term economic expansion for the firms supplying the weapons. Modern conflict activates a diverse portfolio of industries, reaching deep into sectors traditionally removed from the front lines. As the war in Ukraine severed Europe's reliance on Russian gas, the global energy map underwent a massive, rapid realignment. U.S. liquefied natural gas exporters stepped in to fill the void, capturing massive new market share. Meanwhile, the battlefield moved online. State-sponsored hacking and digital espionage turned cybersecurity firms into a mandatory defense expense, generating new revenue streams for tech companies. Regional disputes, like the conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan, serve as lucrative testing grounds where new autonomous military technologies are proven in active combat. The military-industrial complex has evolved into a modernized portfolio, driving revenue for energy, scaling up technology, and expanding cybersecurity globally. The macroeconomic aftermath of global conflict reveals war to be one of the most efficient wealth transfer mechanisms on Earth. On the liability side of the ledger, ordinary citizens absorb the true costs. They pay for the conflict through rising taxes, economic slowdowns, and relentless inflation. On the asset side, the ledger tells a different story. The defense, energy, and technology sectors are structurally designed to thrive precisely when global stability collapses. The deployment of tanks and troops might dominate the headlines, but the invisible flow of capital moving away from the public and into private industries is just as predictable. The next time a geopolitical crisis breaks out, look beyond the frontline maps. Follow the money and see exactly who is profiting in the corporate boardroom.